Back with another video. In this video I'll be doing a commentary for Cosmic Trial for Mr. Fantastic. Some of you have been requesting for Mr. Fantastic, so here it is. Honestly, this is really OP. Like, there's like no explanation. He is ridiculously OP. I think 4 or 5 of his powers are critical and brutal strike. So with these enemies, A and S and D, if we want, I can do signature. I'll just do signature. Let's go. Look at that, one-shot kill. Oh, it's super easy. One-shot kill is basically what it is. The same thing, and then A. But activate your A power when you. There you go. SD, and then A. Get that bonus damage. Do this. It's basically the rotation. It's SD, and then A. After that, signature right here, and then SD, A. That's it. I mean, he's ridiculously OP. Seems like what they did is that they noticed that no one played with him before the biggest update, so they're like, you know what? Let's just give him OP stats. So that's exactly what they did. Over right here. And then right here, I'm gonna just do G, I mean F, and hold it. That way, I get that brutal strike and kill the enemies. It's very easy. Just like so. This is ridiculously easy. Look at that, just like really easy, and just do your rotations. So the rotations is simple: S and D. Oops, place them, and then after that A, put the extra bonus damage, and just keep using main spender. So it's S, D, A, oops. And then do signature here, why not? S, D, and A, and main spender. Again, it's really simple. It's to the point where, why does he keep throwing it far away? I don't get it. Am I not putting my cursor over this Phantom Hydra? Okay. Signature on this guy. This is really simple. So then with my G, always activate F and full charge, which is 30, and then activate G when I get everything. Nothing can cool down. So I'll show you what I mean. So here, just do your attack right here, and then from here you're gonna do your rotation again. But you're gonna do signature first, get that bonus damage. So signature, F, hold it all the way. G, signature, F again, and then S, C, and then A, and that's a rotation. The reason so is because you want to get the damage bonus from the catalyst when you use signature. That way when you activate your critical and brutal strike powers, you get that full amount of damage. And that's really it, honestly. That's my rotation. This is like, don't get me wrong, he's cool and all, but he's ridiculously OP. In my legendary I have here, I'm using the pot. I think it's something about Lucky Pot, something like that. It's probably one of the worst legendaries, but it is what it is. So S, D, A. I wonder if I can banish them. Here. Signature. S, D, and then A. And if I want to, I could use my, let's just use my F power. Why not? Get that brutal strike. Kill him easily. S, D, and then A. Extra bonus, just like so. S, D, A. Just use your main spender from here. So easy peasy with him. I mean, I'm using, I think it's 3 uniques, 2 cosmic. S, C, and A, just like that. Easy. I like this costume. it's like they literally had no idea what to do with Mr. Fantastic, and they just said, you know what? Let's just make him OP. Let's give him a bunch of crit and brutal. This is gonna be easy. The same thing. Let's do. So what I'm trying to do is I want to get him much sooner as possible, so that way, when I activate my power, which you'll see in a bit, I can do this. So, signature F. Do it again. Signature F. Hold it all the way. SD. This enemy will be easy to kill. Come on, move. Why isn't he moving? The signature ultimate power after this, as I said it before. I believe this is a toggle, so don't forget to toggle it. Let's do the signature there. And just like so. Ultimate. An F here. Ah, darn it, I didn't get the full advantage of it. It's okay. We'll get it next time. So, simple rotation. I'll go over it and the build guide, do the rotation once again. Just take a full advantage of the signature damage, 1000 damage bonus. But yeah, Mr. Fantastic is super easy. And like that, easy peasy.
Eternal. The Red Skull is forever.
I'll do my. I'll just activate it right now. Signature LF. Hold it. Look how much damage it does. That's it. Easy peasy. And I'll show you guys what I have here.
My revenge for the Red
There you go.
Skull shall always return.
I'll show you the power points. I mean, the power points, infinity points, none were used whatsoever. And yeah, that concludes my Cosmic Trial commentary video. It's really simple, and I'll go over the build guide, the rotation, and how to literally OP with Mr. Fantastic.
I could stretch to you, but the action's over here.
Now on to the build guide. So the first thing we're going to look at are the artifacts. So the first artifact is Magneto's Was Right t-shirt. I'm using this for the critical hit rating, the +2 durability, the deflect rating, the damage rating, increase to range powers, and +2 intelligence. Overall, really good artifact for Mr. Fantastic. It gives him great stats, and it gives him points to his main attributes, which are durability and intelligence. So overall, really good artifact. The next one is Crossbone Teacher Credentials. I'm using this for the critical hit rating, brutal strike rating, +2 intelligence, damage rating increase to range and melee powers, and when you land a critical hit, gain 476 brutal damage rating for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 3 times. Overall, really good artifact for Mr. Fantastic. Next is Medallion of the Dark Dimension. I'm using this for the critical damage rating, the dodge rating, +3 intelligence, the health increase, and +3 durability. Really good stats that really benefit Mr. Fantastic. Another good medallion is Dr. Doom, because with the Dr. Doom, you want to utilize the Dr. Doom's medallion because it increases your duration, and in which in turn will help you with position and meter, because I'm going to go ahead a little bit, but increases the channel time, which is a good thing because the more channel time you have increased, the better you can do damage with this power. So, and I'll go over that and towards the end of the build guide. Next one is Advanced Circle of Sidorak. I'm using this for the brutal strike rating, the damage increase to physical powers, and +1 durability. It's a decent artifact. It'll do its job, but not the greatest, but it'll do. Plus, you want that brutal strike rating, which is good. Next is Scroll Nick Fury's Eye Patch. I'm using this for the damage rating to bosses, +2 intelligence, health increase, defense rating increase, and +2 durability. Really good stats for Mr. Fantastic. And then the Forge, 800 defense, and have the power-up dupe blessing. Legendary, Please do not use this legendary. I use this because back in the day I did Slag Mr. Fantastic. I didn't find him useful at all, no offense. And so I didn't really care. So I had this legendary. I placed it on Mr. Fantastic, not even caring. But now that he's really OP and they, post biggest update, he's really OP. It has so much crit and brutal. It's ridiculous. So I will not use this at all. The one I would use is probably... There's a couple ones that they will use. Either use the physical one. Well, you can use... I'm just showing you guys which ones. You can use this. Something like this is good. Savage Axe because of the physical damage. Increase. A lot of his powers are physical, except for his signature, which is energy. You can use Ganir for the critical hit rating increase. Or you can use the brutal damage, which I don't have for any of my heroes, unfortunately. But yeah, you get the point though. But do not use this legendary. And then, oh, there you go. And then for ring, I'm used a cosmic ring, which increased my critical damage rating. The critical damage rating by 1,000. Also increases by 16 critical damage rating and brutal strike rating increase. And for slots 1 through 5, 3 of them were uniques. They're his uniques, and then 2 were his cosmic. And again, just to reiterate, like I said before, I'm using his cosmic items not because they're really good. It's because I want to use as easily obtainable items as possible for newer players. Because when you start playing this game brand new, you don't really have, you don't have all like the best items. So this is just to show you, yeah, you can pass cosmic trial without having to have all uniques and so forth. And for the costume, I'm using Mr. Fantastic Future Foundation costume. For Catalyst, I have here to where I gain 418 health when you hit, physical and energy damage rating increase, plus 3 durability, become invisible for 3 seconds when using medkit. Cosmic, after using a signature power, gain 1000 damage rating for 4 seconds. Crafted affixes, critical damage rating, as always, and radioactive bonus, 10% chance of when you're hit to gain 1000 maximum health for 10 seconds. For Insignia, I'm using Insignia of Captain Marvel. When you hit with any power, you and your allies gain damage rating increase, energy and physical damage rating, and defense rating increase for 8 seconds. But this also grants me brutal damage rating and health increase. And for the Flourish, Avengers, as you can see right there. And for the pet, I have nothing on. And for the team up that I use is Ancient Venom. No particular reason. So, if you're curious to know why. Now for the powers I use, top to bottom, left to right. LSD Punch, Hyperstatic Inducer, Stretch Dash, Gravitational Emitter, Super Stomp, Positron Emitter, can't even pronounce it, Outwit, and Micro Nullifier Prototype, Signature. Infinity Points, again, none were used. Alright, for Hero Synergies, Cable for the critical hit rating multiplier increase, Doctor Doom for the signature power damage increase, Elektra for the physical damage increase and damage to bosses increase, Hawkeye for the move speed and critical damage rating increase, Rogue for the health on hit, 1 spirit on hit, Squirrel Girl for the damage to bosses increase, Thor for the physical damage and energy damage increase, Vision for the range power and damage machine increase, Winter Shoulder for the range and melee power damage increase, and then Wolverine for the brutal strike and brutal damage. Right, for the talents and traits, for the first row I'm using is Circular Logic. Outwit instantly resets the cooldown of your other powers and fully restores position meter charges. When you use a cooldown power, reduce the cooldown of Outwit by 1 second. Outwit's cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. So with this talent, what this does is, whenever I activate Outwit, it fully recharges all my powers. So without this, if I were to use Position Emitter, without this, it wouldn't reset the cooldown of the full charges for Positron Emitter. So with this talent, it resets it as well too, and the signature power, which is a good thing. But also when I use a cooldown power, which is basically all the powers, the cooldown reduction is reduced by 1 second to Outwit, as well as it gets a reduction cooldown of 10 seconds. Overall, really good talent because this refresher, I guess you can say, is really good because it refreshes all your powers, so you can activate your powers or do your rotation twice and do a lot of damage. So Yeah, it's really, really good. Especially having to, fully restores positron emitter, which is good because it does a lot of brute. So, yeah. For the second row is fully functional devices. Hyperstatic inducer and gravitation emitter gain the cooldown synergy bonus effect. But also, too, with this talent is hyperstatic inducer does critical hit chance 100%, and gravitation emitter does 100% critical. So in short, with this talent, my 2 powers, which is S and D powers, are always going to critical hit according to this talent, which is good. But also, they gain the cooldown synergy bonus damage, which is really, really good too. Which is they increase their damage by 30% if another cooldown synergy power is currently on cooldown. So damage is increased. So it's really, really good. For the third row is rapid fire micro nullifier. When you use a cooldown synergy power, reduce the cooldown of micro nullifier, which is a signature, by 1 second. Micro nullifier prototype damage is increased by 25%, excuse me. So what this talent does is the cooldown of this signature is reduced by 1 second whenever you use a cooldown synergy power. Alright? But also it increases the bonus damage. Now, many people will also use Tesla micro recoil, which hyperstatic inducer also creates a Tesla micro recoil, which is really good too. It does pretty good amount of damage, and either or is really good. But for me personally, I'd rather reduce the cooldown of my signature so that way I can utilize that 1000 bonus damage from this catalyst and redo, get that 1000 bonus damage bonus, which is to me is really more beneficial in my opinion. But it's really up to you, up to your preference. And then for the fourth row is implosion pulses, gravitational immediate pulses an additional 2 times. So I'll show you what that looks like. So without this, my D power looks like this. Okay, didn't show no animation. I'll do it closer. Maybe I have to do close. So, there you go. And with this talent, it pulses an additional 2 times. See? Which is good because, again, they do critical hit. Which is really, really good. And for the last row is maximize positioning positron emissions. God, I can't this. What's a tongue twister for me? If positron emitter is activated at maximum charges, it delivers a guaranteed brutal strike. Emitter max charges is 15. So without this, you gain 15 charges. But with this talent, it increases it to now 30. But also 2, if I fully activate this power at maximum charges, which is 30, it becomes a brutal strike, which it goes in hand with this first row talent with outwit, because with this outwit, I can activate outwit and then fully charge my positron emitter, and then I can activate it and get that brutal strike and get 30 charges. All right, so that concludes the talents and traits. Now let's get into the build guide, or the rotation. It's really, really simple. The first thing you want to activate is S and D, which is hyperstatic, and then gravitational. Once there, I usually use Super Stomp to get that cooldown synergy power bonus, which is 30%, and then from there do your main spender. So it looks something like this, and then just do your main spender. Just like so. Right? Now, for the F power, which is my positron emitter, I do not activate it at all until I get full charges, because I want to take advantage of that brutal strike. See that? So one of the things that I would do is just keep playing, keep doing my powers, do what I gotta do. Then from there, once I have fully 30 of them, like max charges like it is right now, what I recommend personally is use a signature first. That way you get that damage bonus increase of 1000, and then activate positron emitter. That way you can take a full advantage of that damage bonus. So it looks something like this. So you got signature, and then there. And once there, you can even activate G to fully get cooldown, refresh all the cooldowns. And you can do it again. Signature, and then F again. And that's it. And then you can just do your rotation again. S, D, A, and then main spender. And that's it. Like I said, it's really simple rotation. It's really he's really OP. Essentially, what they did is Gazillion was like, you know what? No one plays with Mr. Fantastic. Let's just give him powers that just do critical. And here it is now. It's ridiculously overpowered. I have a feeling he's gonna get nerfed, but I mean, hopefully he's not. But pretty sure he will because he's way too OP. I mean, keep in mind, this is using decent slotted item, not even the best rolls for these artifacts, and honestly, for doing all this damage, it's just way too much. He's probably like definitely endgame ready character, but yeah, it is what it is. But that concludes my build guide for Mr. Fantastic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and you guys find this useful. Again, he's really overpowered. A lot of his powers just do crit or brutal strike at full charges. I mean, look at his signature. It's critical hit chance of 100%. I mean, it's just all you have to do is, if you have infinity point, just increase your points to the signature portion, which is this right here. Show you how that looks like. Now it's 100%, 166, and then you're gonna do a lot of damage. I mean, that's not ideal, but you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that concludes my build guide for Mr. Fantastic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Any questions regarding requesting any certain characters, leave it in the comment section below. If you want to keep up to date with my channel and support the channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Not only does it help the channel grow, but also means a lot to me as well. And yeah, that concludes my build guide for Mr. Fantastic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and on to the next one. Bye bye.